Everyone thinks that teens in our world today use alcohol, tobacco, or drugs to cope with everyday struggles. You may think they do,
but they don't. Welcome to the But They Don't podcast, a podcast for teens by teens. Join us as we cover substance use prevention, mental health, community conversations, and more.
Hey guys, welcome back to the But They Don't podcast. My name's Audrey, and I'm here with Sabrina and a few of the Orangeburg County Youth Board, the FIRE Squad, and we're going to talk about what we see in our schools, what we see different in Greenville County and Pickens County.
So why don't you guys go ahead and explain what you guys do at FIRE Squad?
FIRE Squad, we are a drug prevention youth coalition that we try to prevent our youth in the tri-counties of Orangeburg, Bamberg, and Calhoun County to try to prevent them to do the use of drugs and stuff like that.
We also go out into the community and get our children and, youth and adolescents to not use drugs at an early age because it will affect them as they get older. And then we also reach out to the parents first so they can reach their children rather than we can because they know their children better.
Yeah, so we like to reach out to our schools a lot. We'll go to our middle and our high schools. Mostly high schools because that's where we see most of the problem at. We see a lot of, I know from my school, I see a lot of vaping. I don't see as much drug abuse as I would vaping or alcohol. I see a lot of alcohol and vaping, like you walk into the bathroom nowadays and it's just filled with vaping. Like we have, I don't know about y'all, but we have vape detectors in our school because of how bad it is. Do y'all see that in your schools or?
No, our school doesn't go that extreme, but our school, but I know a school in the surrounding area, it gets real bad to the point where every student gets checked that morning. But
that's crazy.
to piggyback off what you just said, our school and like the surrounding areas, like vaping is really the main problem. You even hear that even in the middle schools, like they're starting as early as like 4th, 5th grade with vaping. And
marijuana.
Yeah, and marijuana and THC is really becoming a big problem.
We see marijuana a little bit. I don't personally hear about other drugs, but maybe not like painkillers or anything. We did have an issue with fentanyl a little bit at our school, but it wasn't a massive outbreak like I would say with like vaping or something. But alcohol's a big one.
Yeah, we'll have like not like a fentanyl, but kids get a hold of these things called opioids and edibles. Edibles is a real big problem.
Edibles is very big, yeah.
Yeah, because we learned in our FIRE Squad that you cannot measure how much marijuana and THC percentage is in the edible. It's impossible to measure.
Right.
So
I did not know that.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
And most of it is homemade. Somebody else is making it. So you can't really, they're just making it. They're not measuring it, and they're just selling it out to the community, to kids that can't handle that stuff.
Right. How big is your youth board? Like, how many kids do you have in it?
We have about approximately around 20 kids.
That's about the same for us. You guys don't all go to the same school. You go to different schools, right?
Yeah, we're in different counties.
Okay, how many different schools? Oh, okay. So it's Greenville, but it's different counties in Greenville.
It's Orangeburg.
Orangeburg. Okay.
So it's Orangeburg County, but Orangeburg County, Calhoun County, and Bamberg County. Okay. And then it's the different schools in each county. So in Orangeburg County, we have High School for Health Professions, Orangeburg Wilkinson, and a lot of others. And then Bamberg, we have Bamberg Earhart. And then Calhoun County, we have Calhoun County High School. So
do y'all have middle school members, or is it just high school?
We do have middle school members. One from Richard Carroll Elementary School. In Bamberg.
Okay.
Most of us just high school.
High school, it's mostly high school. But we're working towards getting more Bamberg and Calhoun County because we have enough Orangeburg. And we can recruit Orangeburg also. But we're, targeting those two because those are our outskirts. And we're really trying to reach everyone so we can reduce, the population of
So what kind of events are you guys doing at FIRE Squad?
Certain events like we do a paint and sip. So basically, kids and parents will come out and just learn prevention techniques. We try to tell parents how to have that conversation with their child, because as nowadays, a lot of parents like shut their child out and that could be a reason why their child, starts vaping and stuff like that, because they feel alone at home. So we try to get parents to learn how to have that conversation, and then we try to do little incentives, as far as we had a little snowball place, and what you did was any person that came out in a certain color shirt got a free snowball, and then after you got your snowball, you would come visit our table, and we would give you a little bag. This bag held like certain incentives and also information about the drugs in our community today, and then we also got their parents to do a survey. So it's just little things like that, just to help us give back to the community, not only just in something like that they can see, but just also information that they can hear with their parent and child.
And not only do we do that in the community, we also go to the high school and middle schools and talk to the children there during halftime of a basketball game, and hopefully this year football games. So we're really reaching out to everyone to stop vaping and using marijuana and other drugs as such.
You guys seem to be really good at getting out, like, to a wide variety of people. I feel like we focus mainly on high schools, but obviously the problem might start there, but it might also not. I know a lot of kids growing up with, like, in middle school would start vaping, like 8th grade, 7th grade. But yeah, I think we just recently started going to our middle schools, but one of our big things is handing out little, we call it swag, but our swag to kind of get that message out there and remind people about us. We tell them to listen to the But They Don't podcast. Just getting that message out there. And like our slogan for our podcast is for teens by teens. These teenagers are more likely to listen to us than they would an adult.
That's true.
Hearing it from your peers and hearing it from someone that you maybe look up to or you're very friendly with. And one of the things we try to do on our podcast is bring in some guest speakers that maybe have been through maybe some drug abuse or maybe even domestic violence. We do try to focus on mental health a lot too, because our generation is very big on mental health. Do you guys talk about mental health at all?
Not really, but it is a problem in our community. I know I go to school with a lot of kids who struggle with mental health, only because of the stress that they get from at school and home. Some kids, they have really bad anxiety, and so they feel the need to go to marijuana or use marijuana to calm them down, or, they can using it as a leeway and just trying to veer off and do other things, other than coping with,
Yeah, I think that's a big part of the mental health, and like we combine those two things, because I know so many kids that tell me they vape because it gets rid of my stress, which you may think it does, but I would just see it causing more stress to you, because I mean, especially if you're in school, you can't vape, so that stress of like, I need nicotine right now, I feel like that would just affect you even more. But I know that I think we should be able to tell people there's better ways to cope with your stress, your anxiety, or depression other than going to drug abuse or alcohol abuse or vaping.
And another problem that we do have is alcohol. A lot of our teens are now drinking alcohol like water.
Yeah,
it's like a party drug.
Yeah. And so once you get around your peers and you feel like, I think I want to just, have a little drink or two. A drink or two turns into 2 liters, and it's like, your livers, are you serious?
One way we're trying to prevent that here with Pickens, we host parties and like after prom parties or something like that, where it's like a safe environment for you to come hang out, and like we do like what we want to do this year is like a movie night for back to school, and just holding events where kids can come and they don't feel peer pressured, and they just get to like come and hang out and have and get the message around of what we're doing and like the effects of this stuff. And so we're just holding like bracelet parties and stuff like that, so they can just really get that message and be around people, support them.
That after prom party, how did that go? Because I really like that idea, because that's really a dangerous night to be out, and a lot of parents don't feel safe with their child being out that time of night because drunk driving, all the parties and just stuff like that going on.
Especially the recent story with
it's stories
the
out
girl
every
and her
year.
date ran under that truck.
So our after prom parties aren't exactly after prom, but they are on a Saturday. We try to find a Saturday near the proms for kids to come and hang out and like have that type party, so maybe they don't feel pressured or like the need to have to go to parties after prom, and that way they're staying safe and staying out of the substances.
I think it shows them that there's other opportunities rather than going and getting drunk after prom. Because I know after my prom, I know plenty of people that went to parties and even just to people's houses or sitting just in a parking lot. Right. And obviously that isn't safe because already it's a Saturday night and people that might legally be allowed to drink are out driving, which is not very legal. But it might not just affect you mentally, but it might affect someone around you they might lose one of their best friends in an incident like that where it's not safe.
That's true.
We really tried, like, the weeks coming up to prom. We're in the high school setting up tables, sending out information about proms, and we're just, like, in the high schools talking to people, and we hand out, like, information pamphlets and stuff like that.
That's a great idea.
It is.
Do y'all really, do y'all have your youth board or your fire squad posters, like, around school? Like, does your school know about it?
Yes.
Yeah, because I know in my school, at least, I have so many people, I say, oh, I'm on the Pickens County Youth Board. They're like, what is that? And so, how would you guys explain to someone, like, what you do and how you do it and why it's beneficial?
I mean, we just explain it exactly how I'm explaining it to y'all. I mean, we don't put on, we just be ourselves. So we'll tell them we're a drug youth coalition trying to prevent the use of drugs in kids and adolescents and stuff like that, and tell them why they shouldn't do it. And we also recommend them to be in the fire squad.
Yes, we do.
So y'all do recruiting a lot?
Yes. So Mr. Vince, he'll come out and he'll set up a table with all the other vendors, and he'll be out there, and we'll come and we'll stand out there with him, and we'll explain to the children, because he's more student-led than anything. So he wanted to be more student-led. So while we're out there talking to the kids, he's talking to the adults. So he's getting the adults while we get the children. And it's a teamwork kind of thing. So we can get everyone together to stop drugs, period.
Yeah, Mr. Vincent does a great work with that.
Oh, yeah.
Great work.
That's awesome. I think it is good having an advisor that might be a little younger, too, to kind of almost
relate
to students, because I mean they're not far off from a student. Like we have Pickens County has 2 advisors that are in their early 20s, and they look at us almost like they see us in them, and they want to help and they want to prevent. So yeah, but I think you guys are doing an incredible job over the fire squad, and you guys have given us some amazing ideas. And
thank you. Same to y'all.
Yes, of course.
Well, thank you guys so much for coming on our podcast.
Thank you for having us.
Make sure to check us out on our socials, which will be linked in bio. Have a great day and stay safe.
Bye.